All right, here's another tip for you. I am on the rider mower and I just took over for a guy, and he was on this line right here. He was on this line right here. It's the line he was mowing. So when I came over to him, he'd already mowed this line right here already mowed. He mowed this line, and he was going up this line right here. So when I got to him, I could immediately see, hey, you're not mowing anything. You can tell the difference right here. You can tell what's been mowed and what hasn't. So what had happened was he had raised the deck up and it was sitting on transport. So the deck was really high and no grass was being cut. So a quick tip would be, look at what you're doing. Look back at your work. Inspect what you're doing. So if you've cut over here already, and then you cut right here, and it doesn't look cut, it doesn't look like it's been done, then something's wrong. If you are entrusted to be on a rider mower or a walk behind or a trimmer or whatever your job is, you are entrusted that you are going to do it the right way. And one simple way to make sure you're doing it the right way is to look over your work while you're working. Your current work, your most recent stripe that you've cut, your most recent tree that you've weeded, your most recent whatever that you've done, area that you've blown, it needs to look like you've been there. You can tell this is the line that I just mowed, and here was the 3 lines that he mowed, that he went over with while the blade was on, but the deck was too high. So just look over your work, pay attention to what you're doing, and really you gotta be able to see and understand what you're doing and do it in a great manner, because you're entrusted to do a good job, so we don't have to do it twice or waste time going over lines that should have already been cut. All right, another tip for you. I'm on the rider mower, 60-inch. So this is the next section that I'm doing. This entire section goes all the way to these trees, all the way to this street or to this parking lot. So I'm doing this entire section right here. So whenever you are cutting a section, you want to go around the outside of it 2 times. Go around, make 2 laps around the entire section. 2 laps. And you want to throw the grass back. Throw the grass back into the yard. So if you're cutting right here, your grass should be coming out to the right. So you're going down this way, your grass is going to the right. So there won't be any grass on the sidewalk. And then when you go around the edge by the street, coming down the street, you won't be throwing grass into the street. There's no reason for grass to be in the street, especially if you're cutting and throwing the grass back into the yard. So go around at least 2 laps. Go around at least 2 laps, throw the grass back into the yard. And by your 3rd lap, see that's 1 stripe, 2 stripes. Here's my 3rd stripe. It'll be back into the yard. And then I'll be looking for my actual light and dark patterns, so that by the time I come back this way, grass should not be reaching this parking lot. So there's no reason for grass to be in the parking lot, and no reason for grass to be in the street. So it'll make our cleanup times much quicker. It's another tip for you. All right, another quick tip is be careful of where your discharge is going. Keep your eye on where it's shooting out, because you can see this white fence has grass on it. So that's just from what we've cut just now. So our operator was not careful enough to make sure the grass didn't get on that fence. Now they're at the end. The owners are having to pressure wash it So we definitely don't want that. So do a better job at keeping grass off of the fence. Either turn around the mower, mow backwards, whatever you got to do. Don't worry so much about the pretty white stripes, white and dark stripes. What the owner sees and what the property owner usually notices is the chunks of grass on the fence. That's all they really notice. They don't really care how pretty your stripes are. So be mindful of that.